Beware of cheap rebounders, also known as mini trampolines. In this video, I'm doing a review and comparison of the Beacon mini trampoline versus my beloved Cellerciser rebounder. Welcome back, Awakening Beauties. I hate to do these kind of videos where I don't give a product a good review, but the Beacon company reached out to me and asked if they could send me their mini trampoline. And I had heard of them. They've been sending this rebounder out to a lot of influencers and content creators, and all I see are good reviews of this rebounder. So I wanted to see how it compared to my Cellerciser. Now, if you go back in the Wayback Machine, I've done several videos. Mostly when I started my channel, I did several videos about my Cellerciser, and that goes back to 2016. And I had already had it for many years. So I've had my Cellerciser now over 14 years, probably approaching 15 years now. I've replaced no parts on it, and I've kept it outside for at least the last 5 years. I've kept it out on my porch outside at my covered patio. So I said to Beacon, yes, please, I'll be happy to review it if you want to send it to me. I asked them to send me the 40-inch one in the orange color, and they sent me a 48-inch one in a green color. But here is the footage, putting it together, and I'll pop in with some commentary throughout this video. Bungees. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ah, we did it. All right, now I just have to do that 36 more times. Honestly, my Cellerciser was so much easier because it came assembled and all I had to do was pop it open. So for assembly, I'm gonna say my Cellerciser wins. I don't know why these straps are like, this bungee is like all the way over here. I don't know why they did it like that. Makes it hard to put the other ones on because this one is so far over. I wonder if I can just move it. This is just supposed to, I guess, strap in. The other thing with my Cellerciser is that the legs are attached with a piano wire, so you can fold them down and then just lift them up and they snap into place, which is a very handy feature. This takes a lot of twisting. We're at a half an hour. I didn't think this would take more than 10 minutes. All right, last leg. Now for the assembly bar. Put a screw. That's another thing with the Cellerciser, that it clicks. Oh! That these click into place. You don't have to use a screw. It'd be nice if they aligned. Yeah, it's just not as well made as the Cellerciser, I can tell already. But once I get this put together, we'll see how it feels to jump on. I can't get them in. And if I'm like the average consumer, which is probably a woman, not to say that women can't figure out how to put things together, but if I'm having this much difficulty, then I am assuming I wouldn't be the only one. Let's take that off. It's not how they showed it, but okay. So they showed it to put it in first before screwing everything in, but I couldn't get it to line up once it was inside the bar. It took a second, not a second, it took a couple of minutes, but to really find the hole was a challenge. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I must be backwards. I'm just gonna keep it on the highest level. Well, we're at 47 minutes. What are all of these extra screws for? Ah, these are to screw in here. They don't go all the way in. All right, I'm at 51 and a half minutes. 51 minutes versus 5 minutes to put together the Cellerciser. That's okay. If it's just as effective, if it's gentle on your knees and your ankles. What I'm really interested to see is if my ankles tend to pronate, which is to turn in, which is one thing that doesn't happen on the Cellerciser. Over time, I would think that these bungees will stretch out and lead to more pronating in the center of the bounce or on the downward bounce. And that can lead to injuries, but let's just test it out to see how she bounces. I don't wear socks or shoes. I like to be barefoot. I like to feel the mat beneath me, and that's just how I like to use it. I don't wear shoes or socks, so that's how I'm going to try out the Beacon. So as you can see, it took me 51 minutes approximately to put it together. It was not easy to put together, but that didn't matter to me because if it performed well, then I was like, it'd be worth it. You set it up one time and then you don't have to worry about it. But as I'm setting it up, I'm also thinking, once I set this up, I can't take it back down. Like, it's not going to be possible. It took so long to screw on the legs, so to unscrew the legs and then to take out the pins that hold the hinges, and then it would only fold in half. It's already a 48-inch mat, so that wasn't going to be it would have taken me probably 10 to 15 minutes to take it apart to store it away. So I knew having it set up, that was how it was gonna stay. It was gonna stay set up. And again, not an issue if it performed great. So now let's get into the footage of me trying it out for the first time. Hey, I just want to remind you, if you're not subscribed, maybe you think you're subscribed. Why don't you go and check below to make sure you're subscribed? Because something like 85% of you aren't actually subscribed, all you silent stalkers watching my video. And also hit the notification bell so you know right when I upload. Generally, it's only once, sometimes twice a week. I do throw in some shorts though throughout the week when I have time. All right, thanks for checking. And don't forget to also like this video because it really helps. Now, back to the video. Interesting. So the thing I noticed right away is that there is like a softer bounce on the beacon, which is not necessarily a good thing, because on my Cellerciser I get a very smooth yet supported bounce. The springs don't feel soft when you hit it. I'm trying to give it a good description without scaring you off from a Cellerciser, because actually it is far superior. I can already tell that it's far superior to the beacon. But what I can feel from this, and I'm going to give it a fair shot. I'm going to use it and really get a more concrete thoughts. It's what I suspected with bungees, that you're not getting as much support, I feel, as you are with a high quality spring. And I feel like these bungees are going to stretch out, and you know, if you're keeping it outside, like I will be keeping this outside, the weather and elements are going to deteriorate those elements as well. The weather and elements. I mean, it's in a covered patio, but you know, with my Cellerciser springs, they may be creaky right now, but all I have to do is hit them with a little, oh, I forget what it's called. It's a product that you can put on springs and doorway jambs, and the creakiness is gone for quite a while. So anyways, I'm gonna give it a good go. I mean, for the price, it actually is very reasonably priced. So this is like, I don't know, between I forget the price, $150, $160. Anyways, I'll get back to you. I'm gonna work with it and see what I think. So as you just saw from the footage, I felt like it had this kind of soft bounce. And to me, that was like, it didn't feel right. I'm used to the way that my Cellerciser feels, which has a very firm, strong bounce. And what I started to realize was that you weren't getting the acceleration and deceleration like you get with the Cellerciser. With the Cellerciser, you stay closer to the mat and your bounce is faster. And it's that faster motion that improves the lymphatic pump action that you get with using a mini trampoline. And if you've done any research into mini trampolines or rebounders, you'll know that one of the things that it's supposed to really help with is to improve your lymphatic system, because you don't have a pump in your lymphatic system. So it's that up and down motion that serves to move the fluid through your lymphatic system. So it has more resistance. That mat has more resistance. And as a result, it also prevents your ankles and knees from pronating. And over time, bungee cords stretch out, and that bounce gets floppier and floppier, leading to more chance of injury. There's other issues with bungees of them heating up as you bounce, which also makes them break down quicker, and also giving off fibers that float in the air that you're breathing in, as well as off-gassing. So there's some issues. Bungees are problematic. One of the things I also noticed as I used it with the Cellerciser, you're getting a faster, more stable bounce. You're staying in the middle of the mat where you can angle your body to do side kicks and, kick to the front and different types of exercises. I didn't feel comfortable doing those kind of exercises, and it wasn't as easy on the beat can. Now, I ended up only using the beat can 3 times, and here's why. The mat began to split in the middle. I'll insert a picture here. And I sent this photo to the folks over at Beacon and said, unfortunately, I can't give this a good review. And, there's multiple reasons why, but this is a big problem, that the mat is already starting to split. And they were like, we're so sorry. We can send you a brand new one in the 40 inches that you wanted. And I never even mentioned to them that they sent me the wrong size. I was just like, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. But they knew they sent me the wrong one. But either way, I said, no, I don't want another one. I don't want another one, thank you. And I told them I offered not to do my review at all. And they asked if I would still do it. And so I said, okay, but just letting you know, I'm not giving it a good review. And here's the deal. There is a big price discrepancy. I know there is a big price discrepancy between a Cellerciser and a beat can or other cheaper mini trampolines out on the market that you can get on Amazon. But you truly do get what you pay for. It's like I said, I've had my Cellerciser for almost 15 years. It still is like new. It has a steel frame. The springs are a patented shape and design, and they call it their tridaptable spring, which means that anyone in the family from all the way up to 400 pounds can use this Cellerciser and get the same workout. You can read about this patented technology on the website, which I will link below. But the bungee cords are just sluggish and cause pronation of the ankles and knees. And you can really cause yourself more injury by using a cheap bungee. Even the mini trampolines that have springs, the springs are not shaped the same way and they are not the same quality. And I had a cheap mini trampoline before I bought my Cellerciser, and it fell apart within a year and a half. And the company went out of business. I couldn't even get my money back. But immediately when I got my Cellerciser and set it up and started jumping on it, I was like, this is like night and day. This is night and day between that cheap spring trampoline that had fallen apart to the Cellerciser. And so I decided to call Cellerciser today. I just got off the phone, and lo and behold, who picked up but Dave Hall, the owner and inventor of the Cellerciser. And so I just spent about a half an hour on the phone with him talking about my experience and about all the benefits of the Cellerciser, and he's just such a nice guy. I couldn't believe he actually answered the phone. So anyways, I'm now an affiliate for Cellerciser. After talking with him, he signed me up for their affiliate program. And for any of you that do buy through my link, you will get for free their fold out exercise guide, which shows 24 different exercises, and that's a $10 value. So you will get that for free. And if you order this, oh my goodness, this video isn't going to go up until Mother's Day. So I'm really sorry about that, but I just wasn't going to be able to get it up any sooner than that. But if you order it on Mother's Day when this comes out, they are offering $25 off. There's a coupon on their website. Right now it is discounted. It's $100 off the original price and for the trifold, and that's the one that I've had for all these years. And I'm just going to show some footage here of, I took it with me on vacation. I've taken it with me on vacation several times, and it fits into this really nice carrying case that has wheels. You could take it with you on a plane as well. It will fit in the overhead. And I've taken it with me on vacation and used it in my hotel room. I was using it every morning in our hotel room when my husband was still asleep, and I was working out on it when we went on a trip a little while back. But I really believe in this company. I believe in the product. It's such high grade. And I didn't get into the matte quality. You know how I said the Becan was coming apart? Well, the matte that they use on the Cellerciser is the same fabric as they use on pool covers. So it doesn't fade or break down. It withstands all weather conditions. And I could attest to that because I live in South Florida where we have salt air, and I've had mine out on my porch for at least the last 5 years, and the mat looks perfect. And after 14 years, it has not degraded at all. So what did I do with my Becan? I put it out by the road the other day and put a note out to my neighborhood that anybody that wants it is welcome to it. And it was gone. It was gone within a few hours. That's my review of, it's not really a review of the Becan, it's more a review of the Cellerciser. I will put the link for the Becan. I don't recommend you buy it, but I will put my link for the Cellerciser. And if you've been thinking about improving your health and ways to improve your health and fitness, and you've been thinking about getting a rebounder, I think that this is really an investment into your health. I would not promote this if I did not believe in it. And I've made 4 or 5 videos already through the years about my Cellerciser. And this is not going to be the last video, I'm sure, that I make about it. I really believe in this product, and I think that this is an investment into your health. And, you know, I talk a lot about skincare and beauty and makeup on this channel. And, you know, that comes from within. Taking care of your health, that is the best way to look better, is by the right kind of exercise. It's such a simple exercise, but so effective. So check out the Cellerciser, use my affiliate link below, and if you place an order for it, you will get that fold-out exercise guide for free with your order. Well, until next time, you know what? You're doing great.